We're reading The London Eye Mystery by Siobhan Dowd.
Can you explain what Kat means by her analogy on page 1?
Kat says London looks like Toy Town and the cars on the roads below look like abacus beads going left and right and stopping and starting. I think she means that when the cars drive to a place, they stop, they park when they want to get down, when the people want to get down. And also, sometimes they're stuck in the traffic. And also, when you're high up, you see things smaller, and that's what she means by seeing the houses smaller. And also, I remember that when I was little, I used to have this toy mat, and then there were small cars, there were small people, and there were small houses, and also you could move the cars around to go to the places you want them to go to.
Oliver, what do you think houses are in the context explained on page 2?
I think they're the metal beams connected to the eye that hold up the pods, because in the paragraph it's describing the frame of the eye.
Okay, Lucy, what technique has the writer used when she said you get out feeling like an astronaut coming down from space, a little lighter than you were before? And why has she used that technique?
She has used a simile to describe the effect and to make you feel as if you've been on a roller coaster and your stomach is turning.
Okay, Nancy, can you summarise the events in chapter 1?
The narrator, Kat and Salin, they go to the London Eye and they get offered a free ticket by a stranger. They take the ticket, Salin goes up in the pod but it doesn't come back down.
From reading chapter 1, what are the similarities and differences between the narrator and Kat?
The narrator takes things very seriously. He is very literal. He doesn't get jokes as other people does. When people try to take things as a joke, he always asks what they mean. And also, you can know that from his description of the London Eye in chapter 1. He says, London looks like London and cars look like cars, only smaller.
Kat is a lot more imaginative, and at the end of chapter 1, then it says that the narrator's brain runs on a different operating system, which means that he takes things more literally.
Reading pages 5 to 7, what do we find out about Ted's personality and how does this compare to others?
In pages 5 to 7, Ted always has to ask what stuff means, like common phrases that most people would understand.
Like when Ted's mum says about his dad, that he looks the spit of Stan. The spit is a way to say exactly like, but don't ask me why.
Ted also counts his shreddies while he's eating them, and he can count them without getting distracted because there's a lot of noise going on.
Okay, reading from the radio programme to Some Toast on page 8, why has the author used this sentence structure?
The author has used short sentences to create atmosphere. The short sentence is there was silence. So after the reader reads there was silence, they would stop to reflect on the silence.
Okay, Lucy, can you explain what you liked about the London Eye Mystery and can you tell me why?
I liked that it was a mystery and it left you wondering what was going to happen next. What I didn't like was that the author described the unnecessary events with a lot of description, but she skipped over the interesting events quite quickly. I found this a little bit irritating, but on the other hand, I like to see how other people think of it. So I pretend my tiny jumper is perfectly fine and stylish and definitely not a mistake. Mr. Keane announces that before we all go back to class, Ryan and Kevin from class 4A have a special pen demonstration to show us. Then Ryan comes up to the front with his mini scooter. He scoots across the floor and props his scooter up against the table. Kevin wanders along and pretends to find Ryan's scooter. He's doing some very bad acting now. Ryan shouts, "Hey, that's my scooter!" And Kevin says, "No, it's mine." Then Ryan looks at all of us and says in a really wooden voice, "I will prove it's my scooter." Then Kevin says, "This scooter is mine, sucker," which gets a laugh because I don't think he was supposed to say sucker.
Tuesday, March 18th. Well, my day got off to a pretty rotten start. When I woke up this morning, the most horrible thought hit me like a ton of bricks. OMG. I totally forgot I was supposed to meet Brandon in the library after school yesterday. I'm the worst friend ever. Even though I texted Brandon an apology, I was still an emotional wreck. I felt so bad about the whole thing that I was distracted and spaced out the entire day. And then in math class, I made a total fool out of myself doing the quiz. I really need to try and get some more sleep. It's almost like I'm suffering from sleep deprivation or something. I stayed up really late last night doing practice problems. Then I got up really early this morning and did a few more. The good news is that all of that studying really paid off. I totally understood how to do those difficult equations and breezed right through the quiz. However, the bad news is that all of the stress about Brandon's situation combined with the lack of sleep finally took its toll on me. I was so exhausted. I could barely keep my eyes open. The quiz question was, simplify the following algebraic expression. -2 times +5 + 10 times -9.